my way. Feeling good, like I should.
Let me check my chest, my breath right quick. He ain't never seen it in a dress like this.
Hey guys, I'm back, and I am back today with my 2023 in a nutshell. This is an Ask Marcy video. These videos are questions that I receive in different methods. So I take these questions and I turn them into a video. So we do a video on the questions. So, I normally have a drink when I do this. It's really not that late here right now. So, I have stuff that I'm going to be doing once I'm done. So, I will just be sipping now and again on my Sprite. Y'all know that's my favorite non-alcoholic beverage. So, if anyone has questions that they would like me to do Ask Marcy on, I leave my email address down below. Or you can inbox me on any of my other social media, which is also down below. So if you're not following me on other social medias, go right on it and follow me. I would love to chit chat with you. So these are usually not that long of videos. So I'm going to try to speed through because the second part is a story time. So I'm going to try to get through it as quickly as possible because I done did a couple other videos that's a little long. So y'all. So we're gonna do the good and we're gonna do the bad. So the good is fairly short. I kind of touched on it on my business video. So the best thing in 2023 was that I did do way more with my business in 2023 than I did in 2022. And 2022 is when I actually started. So I believe it was August 1st of 2022. So I started kind of eased into it kind of slowly. Didn't do a whole lot of promoting. So most of my sales from 2022 were from direct people that I knew or people in the area. I sold a lot of lashes then because the pop-up colors were pretty trending. Right now I have on the all blue. I don't know if you can really tell because I got a blue eyeshadow too. Yeah, so I did a lot more. I did a lot more lunches. I did a lot more with my lip glosses and lashes. So yes, my business and me doing things, something that I really love. I was able to do that more in 2023. So that was like my highlight of 2023. I'm sorry. So outside of the business, my bad of 2023 was a rough year. It really felt like it was one thing after the other, after the other, after the other, after after the other. Man, it was a lot of bouncing back. So that's when I think the beginning of 2023 is when my car went out. So I didn't have a car for majority of 2023. I still don't have a car. So when I need to go somewhere, I'm either Ubering if my daughter can't take me. She has a car. So I started working from home. So then I didn't have my second source of income, which I used to do Uber, DoorDash and stuff. So I was used to driving all the time. So that's how I started working from home. Had a lot of things going on financially and mentally and everything else. So I don't remember this month. I'm gonna go with, it may have happened September. It was after school time, so maybe September, October-ish. No, it had to be earlier because I moved to West Virginia in June, so this must have happened around March or April. So in April, I get up, I start my day like normal. I usually get up, get dressed at, when I was still in Illinois, my work from home job was a 2 to 11. So I didn't have to be at work till 2 o'clock. So I get up in the morning, I would get my youngest daughter ready. Just for reference, my youngest daughter just turned 12 and my oldest is 22. So I would get the youngest ready and for school. So we was getting ready for school. She was getting dressed, or I was telling her to get dressed. Start off like a normal day. So then I go downstairs, finna fix something to eat. And then so she asked me for a knife. So then I said, what do you need a knife for? Because at this point, she's just sitting in the living room watching cartoons or watching TV or something. So it's not like she was eating anything. So I was like making my coffee, probably about to make my breakfast. So then she asked for a knife. So then I asked why, what she needed a knife for. She didn't answer. So then I continue to make my breakfast, and then I go sit down and ask her what she needed it for. She was a little reluctant. So after a while, she finally said she wanted a knife so she could kill herself. So I immediately went into like this panic and like, oh my God, like, you know. So the first thing that I could think to do was to go to school, go to her school. She was already late, so I usually walk her to school. So we walked to the school together. When I went into the school, I talked to like the social worker there. And I was telling, basically, she talked to her. I was telling her what happened, basically. And she was like, you know, why she feel this way, and does she want to hurt herself, you know, the questions that they ask. So then she gave me a paper for like a crisis line. So then we went back home, and then I called that number. So then they came, it was like maybe it was 2 people, and then it was the ambulance. So they asked some questions, and then they recommended her to be hospitalized. So we then waited for the ambulance. So we went in the ambulance to the hospital, where they then asked another series of a lot of questions, and then like an evaluation. We were there for hours. And then they take her to like the psych ward, and it was late at this point. It's like maybe 10 o'clock at night. So they admitted her, and so I wasn't able to stay. I had to go home, and it was only a couple days out the week that I was allowed to see her. So, and it was like certain hours. It was like weird hours. So, it was basically hours that I worked. Because remember, I worked like I think I worked 2:30 to 11. So visitation, I want to say, was like Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday or something like that. And it was from like 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then it was limited on what she can wear and limited on what she can use or have. So she couldn't have her phone. She couldn't have, it was certain clothes. It was a whole list of what she could have. So I had to pack what she could have and bring it up there. And if I brought it up there during a non-visiting time, then I could only drop it off at the front desk. So I went on them days, because at this point, like, you know, your kids come first before any job or anything else. So in the end, I did miss a lot of days because it was during the time that I had to work. So I would go to work, and then I would just leave like when it was time to go to her appointments. So one day I think my daughter had to work, so then we Ubered over there. Well, I Ubered over there. And she went to work. She went with me the second day, I think. And then yeah, we had to just stay in this like waiting room and try to do activities. So I bought like a lot of puzzles and coloring books and stuff, you know, things from like the Dollar Tree to like write and read and stuff like that for her to do. So then after she was there for a week, after the week, she had to see the psychiatrist there in order to be discharged. So that took almost the whole week. Maybe a little bit longer. Then after that, they put her on this medication. The medication that they put her on, though, it kind of enhanced. So she already had, like, she would have these these no reason headaches. Like, she would have a headache every single day. And so I was taking her to the doctor to see why she had these headaches every single day. So we done did every exam that you can possibly do. Because she done went under where they examined the head to make sure that everything is okay and all this other stuff. So they wound up putting her on some type of psych medicine, and it intensify her headache. So she already had headache issues. So now she got a headache on top of this, and she didn't feel like it helped. So it didn't stop her from necessarily hearing these voices that was telling her to harm herself or anything like that. Come to find out, this stemmed from like a few years ago when she was getting bullied in school. So this would have been right before COVID, actually, because she obviously during COVID she was at home the whole year. So then the next year it got a little bit better. But she never said that, you know, that she wanted to hurt herself until that day. But she was saying that she was hearing voices that was saying that she was basically all negative, that she was worthless, that she was nothing, like she couldn't do this, she couldn't do that, you know. So the medicine didn't help. And mind you, this started while we were in Illinois. So they gave enough medicine till she was supposed to see an actual, like, her psychiatrist to kind of push her up the list, because initially it was a waiting list for like a year. So we did see a couple people. We talked to a couple people when she got out, or she had these appointments. So I would go to these appointments like before work. I made them like earlier in the day. And we did a few of them before we got the grant to come to West Virginia. So yeah, so she basically stopped taking it because they wouldn't prescribe it, and we have to pretty much try to start the process again out here. We did have her in what do they call it? They call it like virtual learning here. But she had a lot of issues connecting in the beginning. So I guess apparently her not being able to connect affected that. So now they want her to go back to school in a regular setting. That puzzles me because they just diagnosed her with severe depression, and this is like the way they do the middle school here is just it's such a dramatic change that her first day when she tried to do it, it was just like terrible. It was, yeah. So we're still kind of like dealing with that, but it doesn't seem like it's as bad. It's not as frequent, I should say. But now we have to deal with that, you know. She was going to have to go to a different school anyway because she was in 5th grade, so she was going to 6th. So it's going to be a different variety, a different atmosphere, environment regardless. So, yeah, so while she was in there, though, that is how we came up with the Serenity lip gloss. So, you know, try to get creative and find things that'll make her happy or excited type thing. She loves money. So, you know, what I did was I made this lip gloss. Whoever bought this lip gloss, the money went directly to her. So whenever I got a sale and it was for a Serenity lip gloss, then the money did go there. We did eventually, I think we just recently sold the last one. I might have one more, but I think I've already pulled it off the website because it was only one. So I'm gonna double check. So sorry, excuse me. So yeah, that's how that came about. And you know, it just has been very challenging, very struggle. So I was trying to kind of work from home, but it'd be in between. But when you're working someone else's job, all they want to know, okay, I'm sorry, I record on my iPhone and it's just like keep giving me storage issues. So that was pretty much the end of it. We're just kind of trying to get situated and face for it. She did suggest the ghost face, but it wasn't the same token as this one. But that is how it came about, to just kind of give a little uplifting, you know, type of thing. So yeah, that was basically my year in a nutshell. So as you can see, it was a lot, and it was a terrible year. It was just so much. I'm hoping that 2024 is way better. So If you are new here, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you know every time I upload. Give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.